Good morning, people. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are watching this. Thank you for joining us on Charlie and Me, the Van Build 3, my T3 dream. Okay, it's Thursday, the 20th of July, and you're seeing this on the Wednesday, the 26th, I'm assuming. Here is the most update to date on the van. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I had engine problems a week ago, a little over a week ago. I was driving the van and it took off on what's known as it started driving on its own engine oil. Basically, I turned off the ignition, nothing happened. There was too much oil in the engine, it had to go somewhere. The van took off and I thought the engine was gone. And I said on Instagram, if this engine is gone, that's it. I'm parking the van and the build is over because I'm out of funds. We're €1,897 over the original van build budget, and in fact, £1,000 over the contingency. So we're really clutching at straws. So if you want to go into charlieandme.ie and buy some Charlie and Me t-shirts, there's new hats there, there's loads of paraphernalia, Camping Crew podcast paraphernalia. The profits from that go to helping fund this build at the moment, and then when that build is done, the profits from that go to help funding Charlie and Me going off to the campsites and stuff like that. We have a coffee account which is KO, I'll put the details here, -fi.com/the van build. You can buy us a coffee for €3, you can buy us 30 coffees, you can buy us 500 quid worth of coffees, and we get a good chunk of that money again. It goes for the van build, or we've a Revolut account and the details are there, just if you want to help with the build project. And thank you to the good few people who have helped, and thank you to the companies who have helped, and I'll do all this at the end of the build, who have helped with giving us discount on stuff or supplying us with stuff. I really do appreciate it. So here is the story. I thought the engine was gone. Anthony, my mechanic, who has been brilliant, he said walk away, so I walked away. Myself and Deirdre went camping with Charlie for the weekend. That was the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A friend of mine passed away on the Sunday. That knocked me for 6 till today, the Thursday. I wasn't even coming out to Thursday, and then my mate Pa, who you've seen on previous videos, rang and he said, get your finger out, I want to know what the story is with the engine. So I went to the auto accessories shop, I got oil, I came out, I did what Anthony told me to do. We had drained all the oil out. I put in 4.5 litres of oil. I started the van and got it out of the shed as quick as possible in case it took off again. I drove it. As you know, there's a 2 kilometre, maybe a kilometre and a half, 2 kilometres of a stretch on this private land. I drove it to the end of the gate. I turned around, I drove back. I drove up and down 2 or 3 times and it seems to be okay. She didn't overheat, so the radiator is doing the job. I did turn on the radiator fan just for the crack, but it didn't need to. I don't know how much fuel is in this, because whatever fuel is in it when I bought it from Paul in October is still in it. The gauge says half full, but it could be saying half full since the day I got it. So I think I am going to have to try and stick some fuel in. 20-minute driving up and down the lane and back. It seems to be okay. It's very noisy, but then I did have the bonnet off. It's not going into second gear on a change down. It is going first, second, third, fourth, but it's not on a change down. But myself and Pa are going to adjust. I had adjusted the linkage on it when we were trying to fix the gearbox before, so we're going to climb under it and adjust that, and we reckon that's a small thing, but it's not a DOE thing because the DOE don't go through your gears. I think it's Thursday, I'm not here tomorrow. I think on Monday I'll drive up and down the lane another few times, and then I think I get in touch with the insurance company, get a week's insurance on it, book it in for a DOE, get a date for the DOE, get the insurance on it, and book it in for a DOE and see what happens. All Anthony needs to do for me now is adjust my headlights, and then myself and Pa are going to try and get that second gear running a little bit better. We reckon it's a minor thing. One thing I hate about it, hate is a strong one, but one thing I dislike about driving it, when you go into reverse you hit the stereo and the screen pops off the stereo, and the stereo is in as far as I can get it in, but first world problems, to be honest. So short video. The update is that this thing is looking well, to be honest. It's running well. The seating looks brilliant on it. The dash is now all back together. The stereo is in. It needs a good wash and polish, which I plan on doing before obviously the DOE and the insurance. So I'm having problems with the 12-volt fridge at the moment. For some reason it was working here when we had the fridge out on 12 volt and on 220 volt. I plugged it in and I drained my battery, but the fridge didn't work, so I've got to figure that out. So a few little niddly things that I'm going to do next week, but I am hoping tomorrow week, which will be a Friday week, you're watching this on Wednesday, I'm hoping this Friday to be ringing the DOE centre to get a date, and that might take a week to 10 days. They might say they have a cancellation and I can come down within the next day or two. Short video. Thank you for your support so far. I know there are VW people watching this video because it's a VW video, but I know a lot of our regulars from Charlie and me, our camping vlog, are watching as well, just to see what we're getting up to. And I really do enjoy your encouragement. And we're on Instagram, as I said, there it is again, and you can follow us on Instagram as well. We're on Twitter, but I don't do much on Twitter, to be honest, but we do update a lot of this build and a lot of our Charlie and me stuff on Instagram. So just again, thank you for the support. We're over 500,000 views. The average Charlie and me campsite review video is getting 1,000 views over the weekend. These build vids are getting anywhere from 300 to 600 views, but that's fine. This isn't what we do. But I cannot wait to take that down to the Glen of Arlo with myself, Charlie and Deirdre. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks. I would love to get this out down to the Glen in August. It's going to take me 2 days to get there because I've only been driving it at 40 miles an hour, but isn't that the fun of having a van like this? I'll just put a big sign in the back and going as fast as I can. From me, Aaron, again, thank you very much for your support. And remember, we're on Instagram, and we'll chat to you maybe next Wednesday. We'll have good news, but we'll just keep you updated as much as we can. Thanks for watching the videos. Take care.